Hi, welcome to Yoga with Daisy with Cambridge Biomedical Campus. Enjoy today. It's a nice little sequence that I put together. So find a comfortable seated position. If you require any equipment, you can get if you have yoga stuff, you can have it near your mat. If you prefer or don't have yoga stuff, just grab a book or something like that. There will be some stuff with the knees down, so you could use a flat block, or you could have a cushion or a jumper or something like that. But do just have it handy in case you find that we go into a pose where you need some extra support. It doesn't have to be yoga equipment. So as you find your way into a comfortable seated position, good to see you all. And if you want any form checking, then have your cameras on, although to be fair, it's only a small block. Find that comfortable seated position, we'll get started. As you sit up tall, palms face down on the knees, elbows can be slightly in towards the rib cage. So what this does is it encourages your spine to lift up and your chest to open. Draw the tailbone very subtly down towards the mat, and then close your eyes. Start drawing air from the back of the nose down into the belly, and then back out again as you follow the breath with the mind. So learning to draw air in lovingly rather than aggressively. And after a few deeper, bigger breaths, just allow your breath to find its natural rhythm as we spend a couple of minutes together observing our breath. Noticing the body lift up as you inhale, and then the shoulders soften down as you exhale. So now guide your awareness to the sound of the breath in the ear, seeing if you can make the sound of the ocean, or maybe do a few rounds of ujjayi breathing if that makes sense to you. So learning to calm the nervous system with the breath, to breathe fully, and to increase the duration of your inhales and exhales throughout your practice. So these small moments of meditation, I've been increasing in my personal meditative practice, just having additional moments throughout the day where I just pause, close my eyes, and solely focus on my breath. If you can start to add these tiny moments throughout your week, throughout your day, you kind of reclaim that space, you reclaim that time, and you prioritize yourself. So often in a chaotic world that we're living in right now, there's little time for that. So we have to create the time. We have to prioritize our time and prioritize our bodies. So as the mind likes stillness, the body likes to move. And so therefore yoga combines the two, and you have a form of moving meditation. Saying that's making me smile. So take a deep inhale. As you exhale, gently flick open the eyes. Welcome, good to see you all. Starting from some easy seated positions, bring your right leg out as a wide leg position and keep your left heel towards the groin. So we're going to repeat some stretches. So don't worry if you don't get it the first few times, we're going to keep repeating it on this side first of all. So bring your arms up as you inhale. Take your right hand to your right hip and then reach your left arm up and over as you bend the elbow of the right hand to increase or decrease the stretch. Now as you windmill over to the left hand down, I want you to lean forward, squeeze the bum and then reach the arm either to the side or behind you and then gently lower down. Side stretch to the right. Again, bending that elbow makes it slightly deeper. Windmill to the left, lift up and reach. So once you've done this a few times and the body understands what's being asked of it, see if you can move with your breath. So hearing the breath as you reach up, exhaling as you go down. Find that rhythm where you can move and breathe, where you can open and lengthen. The face is soft, the body is just starting to ease up and open up. One more time each side. And then meeting back on your mat. Bring the soles of the feet together by using your right hand underneath your right knee, draw the knee up and then soles of the feet together. Tiny butterfly of the knees to release out and realign the pelvis. And then we'll do the other side. So keeping your heel towards your groin, extend your left leg. Find that place of comfort first. Arms up. Left hand to left hip. Exhale, reach. Windmilling the arms up and over. Lean forward onto that shin. Squeeze the bum. Reach back. So again, only making it as kind of as challenging as you want today. You can take it easy if you want, especially if you're injured. Just find this flow where you can lengthen through the sides of the body, softening the face, hearing the breath, and enjoying the stretch. Good, couple more each side. And make sure that you rest whenever you need to throughout this today's sequence. It is quite a warm sequence, so we're starting off kind of easily like this, but don't necessarily be fooled by that. Last time each side. It's a lovely little practice though, especially on a sunny Wednesday. When you finished up your last side, draw your left knee up, soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana, and then butterfly the knees out. Couple of breaths. Good. And then pausing that, draw knees together and bring yourself to all fours. Tabletop. From here, I want you to extend your right leg back. Push through the heel. So that will shift the weight back off the wrists and onto this back knee and back shin and back foot. Spread the fingers, press the hands strongly into the mat, and now suck your tummy button towards your spine. That will engage the core. Look towards the top of the mat. See if you can hold for 3. So you're allowing the body to do the work as you focus on the breath. For 2. 1 more. Keep pushing through that heel. This will lengthen the spine, toes to the floor. Now you're going to cross this right leg over behind you and turn your left shin slightly back and lift up. Easy side plank. Take a breath or 2. Keep pressing the hand in the mat so the shoulders are not collapsed. Good. Top hand down. Rotate back to all fours. If you feel like you need to reset through the hips, do a tiny push back to child's pose. And then come back for the other side. Extend the left leg back, heel pushes to the back of the room, toes to the floor, tummy button squeezes to the spine, press the hands and then look to the top of the mat, softening the face as you breathe for 3. Hold for 2. 1 more big breath in and out. And this time, as you bring the left leg across over to the right, turn the right shin slightly back, squeeze the bum, lift the hips, arms up. Take a breath or two here, spreading the fingers, keeping the face soft. Connect to the sound of the breath, the sensations of the breath. And then hand down. Rotate yourself back to all fours. Push yourself briefly back to child's pose. And then look to your hands as you spread your fingers wide. Hinge the body forward, tucking up the toes. Hinge the body back. As you press your toes and all of your fingertips, lift the hips, down dog. Start to press your left heel down for a breath. And then switch, pressing your right heel down. Breathe up through the back of the heel, up through the calf. One more time each side. Press that left heel down, breathe up through the back of the leg. And then switch last time, pressing the right heel down. Big breath. Visualize all the way up through the back body to the hip. And now bend both knees. Gently twist to the right, look underneath the right underarm, opening up the sides of the body. And then back to center. Readjust the hands and the feet. And bend both knees and twist to the left. Keep pushing the hands as you look underneath that left underarm. And then back to center. Look forward, bend the knees, step or jump to the front. Feet are hip width apart. Now for halfway lift, I want you to lift up, lengthen from your belly button to your chest and reach your hands either side of the hips. Look down so the back of the neck is long. So always for halfway lift, think about belly to chest. As you lengthen the front of the body, you will lengthen the back of the body. Bend the knees, hands to the floor, fold. Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Look towards your knees or shins, tailbone draws up. Take a breath. One more. And now lift the face and the chest as you ragdoll yourself very slowly back up. Once you're up, raise up the arms, spread the fingers really wide. Look forward, lift up your heels. Press your shoulders down, spread the fingers, find a single point to stare at. Engage your core and draw up your pelvic floor muscles. See if you can hear the breath for 2. For 1. Gently bring your heels to the mat and your hands to your heart center. Feet together. Release the palms forward, Tadasana. Shoulders roll up, back and down. Before we start to flow through the sequence, please make sure that you have a cushion or something for your pelvis, because we're going to be on our bellies in a minute, lifting up our limbs. So you might want some cushioning for your pelvis. Let's flow. Remember, if you get warm, just enjoy. Arms up, inhale, look up, lengthen. Hands to the floor, exhale, fold. Remember, lift from the belly button, halfway lift, lengthen the front of the body. Step or jump, high plank. So from your high plank, knees down if you need to. Look forward, bend the elbows in towards the rib cage, only lower down as long as you can hold your chest. And then flick the heels, straighten the legs. Inhale, lift, chest, roll shoulders up, back and down. Cobra. Tuck the toes. Bum back to the heels, lift the hips, push back, down dog. Breathe for 3. For 2. On 1, I want you to lift your heels really high, flow back with the spine, all the way back to high plank. From here, you can put your knees down if you need to, lower all the way down very slowly to your belly. Feet flat back, arms alongside the body. Look towards the top of the mat. I want you to inhale, Squeeze the bum, lift everything up. So lift thighs, calves, arms. See if you can roll the shoulders up, back and down. Arms up, fingers spread. Take a breath. Release everything slowly down. Rest the forehead, close the eyes. And then get ready to go again. As you lift the face, open the eyes. Inhale, lift everything up. So you press the pelvis down as the thighs lift, arms lift, fingers spread. And see if you can roll the shoulders, lift upper chest, upper back, reaching hands back towards your feet. And then release. 2 breaths into the lower back. So we're going to go up 2 more times. I want you to inhale, go up and hold your breath. And when the body screams to exhale, slowly release everything to the floor. Okay, so inhale, lift up, hold the breath. When the body starts to really give you sensations to exhale, and then exhale, release everything down when you're ready. Inhale, lift up again, hold the breath. So you're playing around with your breath control, your lung capacity, your ability to connect to your body. When you can't hold it anymore, release everything down, close the eyes, breathe into the lower back for 2. Let everything go for 1. And then lift the face, bring the hands either side of the shoulders, spread the fingers wide, tuck up the toes, drag your knees in, elbows in, slowly push up, bum back, lift up, down dog. So just wriggle everything out because that's quite intense to work on the back. So just allow the body to kind of twist and move and pedal out through the heels, softening the face and take a couple of breaths. So you disperse all of the energy into all of the open parts of the body. 1 more. Pause in your down dog, bend both knees, look between the thumbs, step or jump to the front. Lengthen from the belly, lift up, halfway lift. And then release the spine to the floor as you fold. Lifting the face, allow the arms to hang heavy. Keep looking down as you ragdoll yourself slowly up. Lift up hands, lift up heels, spread the fingers, shoulders press down, core engages, eyes are focused. Big breath in and out. Heels down, hands to heart center, feet together. Release the palms forward, Tadasana. Shoulders rolling up, back and down. So this one, we're going to need a cushion for your knees maybe. Arms up, inhale, look up, lengthen through the sides of the body. And then exhale, release the spine to the floor as you fold. Lift up from the belly, halfway. Step or jump, high plank. Chaturanga is low plank. Tiny flick of the heels, flatten the pelvis, press the fingertips. Inhale, roll the shoulders, lift upper chest, upper back. Cobra. Tuck the toes, push back, down dog. Breathe as you feel through your hands and your feet into your pose. And now bring your right leg up to the ceiling. Sweep your right foot towards the top of the mat. Left knee down, left foot can stay tucked. Now I'm in a deep lunge. If you have cushion and you might want to put it under your back knee, don't be in pain. There's nothing more distracting in a meditative thing than to have your body screaming that something hurts. So just make sure that it's in comfort and you take your time and you know that your practice is for the rest of your life, even if you just do 20 minutes once a week. So from here, press the front heel, front heel, sweep fingertips, bring yourself up, hands to prayer. So you really don't want to be collapsed into the hips. You want to be able to press the front foot and make sure that you're not just collapsing your body weight. From here, lift up the belly towards the ceiling as you inhale, lift up, look back. See if you can broaden the shoulders. Keep pressing that front foot and back toes. Breathe for 3. If looking up is too much on the neck, then look forward. Keep breathing into the belly up towards the chest to lengthen the front of the body for 2. 1 more. Hear your breath. Feel your breath. And now lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling so you can look forward. Release the hands to the mat and push back into the right hip. Lift up the front heel, spread the toes. Again, we're going to have an option to repeat this. So I want you to gently come forward, flatten the foot. If you can, lift up the hands, open the heart center, inhale. Hands to the floor, push back into the right hip, lift the toes, spread them, exhale. Inhale, come forward, broaden the collarbones, open the heart center, hold the breath. And then when you need to exhale, hands to floor, push back, half split. 3 more. Go in your own zone. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last low lunge to half splits on the right side. Inhale, lift up. Enjoy being you. Enjoy being able to move and breathe. Exhale, half splits. From here, in your half splits, press your left hand into the mat and raise up your right arm for a twist. Breathe, this time bringing belly and chest around to the right. Spread the fingers. This will start to make you warm, by the way. So just smile. 1 more big breath in and out. To come out, bend that front knee, hand comes to the floor. As you tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, press the hands really strongly into the mat and see if you can collect your leg. Extend the leg, high plank. Exhale, halfway down, elbows in, chaturanga. Lengthen the spine to the top of the mat by dragging your tummy button and then rolling your shoulders up, back and down for cobra. Tuck the toes, push back, lift up, down dog. Now that was quite intense, so I want you to read it out again. Breathe into the right side for 3. Don't start thinking, just keep moving, just keep breathing for 2. One more. And then pause your down dog. Left leg to the ceiling. Sweep left foot to the top of the mat. Right knee down, right foot can stay tucked. It can be flat if you want, makes it slightly harder. Release fingertips by pressing the front foot strongly into the mat. Sweep fingertips, lift up, hands to prayer. Remember, try not to be collapsed, so you test that by pressing the front foot and seeing if you can lift your body weight up. And then you can pause, pressing hands together, broadening shoulders. Inhale, lift belly button up towards the ceiling. Maybe some of you are able to reach back. Maybe that's not what you're up for today. Hold for 3. Soften the face. Keep pressing this front foot strongly, back toes pressed to balance for 2. And remember, if it hurts the front of the throat or feels like it's creating more strain than length, then look forward for 1. Lift fingertips strongly up to the ceiling as you look forward. If you've been looking up, release hands to the floor. Push back into the left hip. Lift the toes, spread them. Inhale, lean forward. Lift up if you can. Open heart center. And exhale, go back. Remember, you've now got a chance to just flow, go into your own zone, your own speed, your own breath, your own body. As you inhale, enjoy opening the heart center. Exhale, pushing back into the hamstring on the back of the thigh. Continue this, 3 more. Try not to lean too much over into this bent leg hip, because that's just the body's way of kind of helping you out. One more. I love this one, to be fair. This lifting up, this opening, and then this gently pushing back. Again, from here, this time you push the right hand into the mat and you twist to the left. Don't worry if you wobble, just adjust, do what you can. Make it playful, make it curious. Don't be hard on yourself. The hardest part of coming to a yoga class is the turning up. Once you're in my class, you can do what you like. The benefit of being together is priceless. One more big breath. Bend that front knee. Hand comes down. Press both hands. Lift the back knee and release. High plank. Knees down if you need to. Chaturanga. Drag the tummy button. Lift the chest. Cobra. Now this time I want you to push back to child's pose. So just allow everything to be heavy and soft as you rest the forehead, close the eyes, breathe. See if you can broaden across your lumbar spine, the lower part of the back. Make it heavy as you broaden, lengthen, soften. Good. Couple more inhales and exhales here. And then when you're ready, lift up the face, spread the fingers wide, looking between the thumbs as you hinge yourself softly forward. Tuck up the toes. Hinge yourself back, lift up the hips. Down dog. From this down dog, I want you to bend the knees, look forward. See if you can start to lift the hips. So I want you to lift the right leg, right hip, and do a step towards your face. Then lift the left hip, step towards your face. So you're doing kind of weird walking towards your hand. You'll start to feel your body weight go into your shoulders as if you're one of those people that could push yourself up into a handstand. One day, maybe. And then when your limit, flatten the soles of the feet onto the floor, bend the knees, release the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders by lifting up through the belly and the chest, lengthening for halfway lift. Bend the knees as you fold, look towards the knees and the shins and allow the hands to come up and over. Close the eyes. Shift the weight slightly forward towards the toes. So the backs of the legs are open, the tailbone draws up, the spine hangs down, and the shoulders gently pulse. Hear the breath. 2 more. See if you can rest your belly on your thighs. 1 more. Now lift up your face and chest, allow the hands to come to the top of the bum, soften the elbows, release the bind, bend the knees and sweep fingertips to Utkatasana, chair pose. We're not going to stay here, so just take a breath. And then push the feet, inhale fingertips to the ceiling, exhale hands to heart center. Feet together, step to the top of the mat, release the palms forward. Tadasana, shoulders rolling up, back and down. Shake off any tension. Hands to hips. Right knee up. And then step yourself out to a wide leg position. So depending where your mat is and your computer screen is, you might need a tiny bit of fiddling around. So as usual, learning to heel toe yourself wider or narrower and keeping this kind of bouncy softness so that you don't start to panic or do anything kind of a sharp move. You don't want anything locked out if you could potentially bring half your body weight forward, because you have to be careful of these muscles. Good. From here, hands on hips. Parallel the outside of the feet. Inhale, lift up from belly to chest. Roll the shoulders back and look up. Lengthen your chin towards the sky. So you lengthen the front of your throat and the back of your neck. One more breath. Slowly start to bring your gaze forward and then soften your knees, halfway lift. If something doesn't feel right with the knees, do tiny micro movements here, adjusting them, seeing if you can connect back to the body to find a place that makes sense. When you're more comfortable, straighten the legs again. Inhale, lift up the chest, tuck chin to chest, and exhale, fold forward. Release hands to floor and give yourself a few minutes to breathe upside down. So first of all, give yourself some time. You can rock by lifting the heels up, pressing into the fingertips and then rocking back. So you start to become a little bit more playful. There's no panic. Try not to be hanging in the middle of nowhere like this. It's better your hands are further forward and you rock forward and back. And you start to creep the hands further in. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Good. Breathe for a few breaths. Visualize where you can feel opening, where you can feel lengthening, and where you can soften. So can you soften your face? Can you soften your breath? Two more full inhales and exhales. One more. As you lift your face, bring your hands in front of you and dome your fingertips wide. Lean into the fingertips, flip each heel of the foot in towards the body and then press both of the feet down. Push your bum back and down and lift up. Release hands to prayer, goddess. If you wanted to add lifting up one heel, lift up one heel. Press the hands together, lift the elbows, lift up the other heel. Breathe. Then pause, push the feet, inhale, come up. Exhale, extend the arms. Now turn your left feet slightly in, or left toes slightly in, and your right toes to the top of the mat. So you're coming into this warrior two position. So you can see I'm starting to creep my front foot forward, so I've got some space in my hips, and then I'm going to pause. Come off my mat by the looks of it. From here, reach forward, flip the palm, elbow to knee, top hand up and over. Allow the pelvis to do tiny pulses. Focus on spreading the fingers of both hands. Focus on pressing the elbow into the thigh so you don't collapse that shoulder. And then open belly, chest and face. Hold for 3. Breathe for 2. One more. Top hand back, press the front foot and lift up this elbow, warrior 2. From here, straighten the front leg, pivot, warrior 2 the other side. Now for me, I've slipped too much, so I'm just going to come out, shake it off and set myself up for warrior 2 the other side. Transitions don't always work, so never be afraid to come out and adjust. So this time I've got right toes slightly in, left toes pointing directly towards the mat, arms extended. Warrior 2. Breathe. As you glide that front hand forward, flip the palm, elbow to knee, arm up and over as you allow some space, some movement in the pelvis and hips. Reach this top arm, open the shoulder, press that elbow on the knee, spread the fingers, open belly, chest and face, and hold again for 3. Inhale for 2. One more if you're still there. Top hand back, press that elbow, press that front heel. Come up, warrior 2. Straighten the leg, turn the toes towards the front of the room or mat, hands to hips. So just take a moment to pause. I don't know about you, but that created a lot of heat in my body. That was a challenge for me. So again, if you need to fully come out and shake it off, then do that. The next pose, both sides, is a challenge, okay? So you don't have to go as low as I am. This happens to be a hip opener and I have open hips. I have very tight hamstrings, so there's other poses that I won't look so kind of good in, but don't necessarily just copy what I do. Try and listen to what I say and then hear the body and feel the body, okay? So let me demo first. I'm going to lean into my right foot and I'm moving my foot tiny amounts to make sure this knee feels okay, right? So once I've done that, I'm going to lean, push my bum back and look at my back foot. As I look at my back foot, I lift up the toes. Then I put the side of the foot back down and I can come back up. So I can actually go from one side through the hips and glutes to the other. Again, that's because of open hips. So the options you have, you could stay quite high. You point the toes towards like the corner of the mat. You can look back, lift up the heels. So you could be this high. Come back to center, set yourself up, other side. So you could do that. In fact, I recommend you do that a few times. For those of you who want a challenge today, you pause, you push back into the glutes, you lift up these toes and you look back. If you want to really challenge yourself, arms up, lean forward, bind. If you can't do this, you should be laughing right now because not a lot of people can. When you've done that, you can release the bind, hands to the floor, roll to the other side. Arms up, lean forward, bind around that front knee, open the chest, look at the back foot. So in the class I had this morning, this was the part where we spent a good few minutes. So although you have your screens off and I can't see a lot of you, just have a play around. Remember, you don't have to be this high. You can try and open your hips here. You can do what you want with your arms. So you can make it a bit martial arty. You will feel your hips tomorrow. So have a few goes. Nice. And when you've done your bind or you've held your bind for a bit, if you can make your way back up, make your way back up. And then bend the knees, step the feet together, Tadasana. Woo, shake it off. So again, if you're still in the pose, stay in there and take your time. Everybody else, come to the top of the mat. Arms up, look up, lengthen. Hands to the floor, look down, fold. Halfway lift, lift the belly up, lengthen the spine. Step or jump, high plank. Chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, roll shoulders, lengthen the spine to the top of the mat, not the ceiling. And exhale, push back, down dog. Big breath in and out. Bend both knees, look forward. See if you can do a tiny bunny hop and cross the ankles and come to seated. If you can't transition that way, just sit down. It's just in there for fun, no other reason. So from seated, Bring your feet hip width apart as you bend up the knees. My fingertips are pointed out to the side. You can have them pointed behind you or towards the body. You have to find a right placement for your elbows and your shoulders. So again, it's slightly tricky when we're not in the room together, but I trust that you know your body and you're not going to practice in pain. Nothing should be painful in yoga, and everything should be within your skill and understanding today. From here, the distance you'll only feel when you go up. So if you go up, it feels wrong, you gently come down, you do a tiny micro movement of the hand or foot placement, and you try again. Saying that, press the feet, squeeze the bum, look up. So the first one, I often come down because there's no way I've got it all right. I'm going to come down, I'm going to release my shoulders, squeeze my shoulder blades back together, and then try again. As I inhale, lift up, exhale, look up. See if you can squeeze the bum and hold for 3. For 2. 1 more. Gently bring the bum down, look forward. Soles of the feet together, fold forward. Breathe into the back for 2. Take a nice big inhale and sigh everything away as you exhale. And then lift the face, creep the hands back into center. Cross the ankles by the groin, lean and roll over and bring yourself to high plank. Lift the hips straight away for down dog. So we're going to start to cool down now. So just take it easy, be very pleased with yourself. If you tried something new, great. If you found it overwhelming and continued anyway, then it says a lot about you. Your character will show up on the mat time and time again. And that's what you work through over time. It's who you are, who you want to be, and accepting all of that. Right leg up. Bend the knee, and then bring this thigh to your belly. Roll forward, high plank. Internally rotate the shin. Place the foot, shin, knee down. Back knee down. So my toes are tucked. I'm lifting up the back knee and I'm creeping it tiny bits back. I'm finding out where my challenge point is. So pigeon is not for everybody. There's a lot of people that don't like this pose. When you're vaguely comfortable, allow that back foot to go flat. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, press the feet down and lift up. If you feel your lower back, so have your arms out to the side, I just don't have space. If you feel your lower back, lean forward, lift belly, lift chest. Don't think about going high up. Think about this kind of lower part of the back lengthening and the upper chest, upper back lifting. 1 more breath if you can. And then release forward and fold. Resting forehead if you're comfortable, closing the eyes, breathe for 5. Nice, full inhales and exhales. For 4. Let everything go. For 3. Last 2. And then after your last inhale and exhale, lift up the face, open the eyes, walk the hands a tiny bit back in towards the body, tuck up the back toes, press the hands really strongly, lift the hips. See if you can send that leg back to a 3-legged dog. Then leg down, down dog. Tiny wriggle out, shake it out if you feel like you've held on to tension, and we'll do the other side. When you're ready, left leg up. Bend the knee, roll forward, high plank. Internally rotate the leg, place the shin down, back knee down, start to creep the back knee. Tiny bit by tiny bit, so that you learn to feel the body, you learn to hear the messages and feel the messages and respond to them with love. Stay here if this is enough. If you want to challenge yourself, press the front shin, lift up the upper chest, extend the arms out to the side. Again, make sure the lower part of the back is not feeling uncomfortable. If it is, lean forward. And then lift the sternum in the center of the chest. Breathe for 2. Hear the breath. 1 more. That's a hard pose, so well done if you tried it. Exhale, release and fold. Close the eyes and breathe into the left side for 5. Nice full inhales and exhales for 4. Breathe for 3. Last 2. And after your last inhale and exhale, lift up the face as you gently flick open the eyes, bring the hands back in slightly to center, so you're able to press them into the mat. Tuck up the back toes as you lift the back knee, lift the hips and send that leg back. 3-legged dog. And then to down dog. Bend both knees straight away. Do that tiny hop. Cross the ankles, come to seated. If you're comfortable and you're able, then you can have your knees bent, tucked tightly to your chest, and you hold on, like you hug your knees, and you do this really tiny rock backwards and forwards. So it's not for everyone. If you would prefer, you could do bridge, or you could do rollbacks with the legs straight. We're literally just shifting the energy around. We're releasing everything we've just done. The face is soft. You can be smiling to yourself. You can be thanking your body right now. Just add that tiny bit of release at the end, whether you've chosen the child's pose ball or the rollbacks. Choose whichever one feels good. And then when you've finished, lie on your back with your feet as wide as the mat, allowing the body to adjust, to fidget, finding its place of comfort. And then inhale. Exhale, allow both knees to drop to the right. Palms can face the ceiling. If you want to intensify this stretch, so I kind of wouldn't recommend it unless this is easy. Point the left toes up towards the hands or the armpit and reach down and see if you can hold the foot. If holding your left foot with your left hand creates an uncomfortable stretch, then please don't bother doing it. Close the eyes. Let everything go. The body is heavy. The face is soft. Soften the eyes, the corners of the eyes, and the space between the eyebrows. Focus on the belly as it rises up on the inhale and softens down on the exhale. One more big breath in and out. If you're holding on to that left foot, let go, allow that foot to wriggle forward, and then everybody inhale, knees to center. Allow the body to adjust. Again, this is about getting to know yourself. So learning that the body's wanting to do something and you are being respectful and doing that. You're not kind of working against yourself. And then when you're comfortable again, the body will stop, palms face the ceiling, feet are wide, inhale, exhale, both knees to the left. Pointing right toes up towards right underarm, reaching down, maybe holding that foot, maybe the foot's nowhere to be found. Maybe you hold on and it makes the stretch uncomfortable and you can't relax. Please don't bother doing things like that. Close the eyes, smile, enjoy, breathe for 5. Keep the face soft. Don't start thinking. Just go right into your breath, the sound of the breath, the sensations of the breath. One more full inhale and exhale. As you release the hand from the foot, shuffle that foot forward. And everybody inhale, both knees up, adjust the body again. And then both knees to the chest, feet to the ceiling, arms up. Take hold of outer shin, outer ankle or outer foot. As you press the sole of the foot down, allow the knees and hips to go out either side of the torso and rock gently side to side, happy baby. So press that body weight across that middle part of the back, keeping it all soft, letting everything go. Couple of breaths before we go into Shavasana. When everything feels relaxed and you're in control of your breath and your face is soft, you can pause your happy baby, bring the soles of the feet together, release the hands and lower down the feet. So whether you take your Shavasana with your feet wide, knees together, or your feet together, knees wide, or maybe extending the legs, traditional corpse pose, Shavasana, legs extended, palms are always facing the ceiling unless they're face down on the belly. Allow the body to fidget and wriggle, whichever option you've chosen. And then when the body stops fidgeting, close the eyes as you start to bring softness to the face. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw, soften the throat. As you broaden and soften the space between the eyebrows and have a gap between your teeth, removing the tongue from the back of the teeth or the roof of the mouth. Keep your face entirely blank, no emotions, no expressions. And now let's all guide our awareness back to the breath. As you follow this rising and falling, this inhaling and exhaling, allow the breath to flow freely in and out of all of the tissues and cells of the body. As your organs soften, soak, and absorb all of the new blood, oxygen, and energy you've just created during your practice. Enjoy having to do nothing apart from breathe. And if you find your mind wanders or your eyes flicker, bring your palms face down on the belly and keep breathing into the palms of the hands. I'll talk you around in a couple of minutes, so just enjoy. Slowly start to take some deeper inhales into the side ribs, feeling the expansiveness of your breath within, and then exhale everything away. Take another full inhale and full exhale. As you slowly move your head from side to side, extend the fingers, wriggle the toes. As you draw your knees together or bend your knees, and then roll to your left hand side, making your way back to any seated position of your choice. Once you're seated, bring your hands to your heart center and close your eyes. Have that very subtle sensation of your tailbone drawing down towards the mat as your spine lifts up and lengthens out of the pelvis. Press the palms gently together as you lift the corners of the elbows, and then allow the chin to hang naturally towards the chest. Eyes are closed, but you're gazing towards your heart center as you send your breath up and down the spine. That was an absolute pleasure and a joy. Very, very well done. Enjoy your Wednesday. And if you want to repeat this class or you want to share this class, then it is available on the Cambridge Biomedical Campus YouTube channel. So that's the Cambridge Biomedical Campus YouTube channel. Enjoy your week. Good to see so many of you as usual, and I will see you in a couple of weeks' time. Take care.